10 things poor people spend their money on. Perhaps you have already tried working long shifts, and after such a tiring month, you were already looking forward to your salary. With a happy heart, you were able to receive your salary, and you were already planning trips and adventures in your head. You also have constantly thought of buying the latest model of iPhone that was released in the market. To relieve your stress, you tried playing in slot machines and spending a lot in your in-game purchases. Just before you know it, your salary is down to zero with just a blink of an eye. Well, now you proceed to regret everything and ask yourself, where did I go wrong? If you're facing the same problem, this video might just be for you. Welcome back to Independent Luxury, where we give you a peek of the luxurious life you wish to live. In today's video, we will be discussing 10 of the possible mistakes that you might be making that's keeping you from the financial security that you were wishing for. Make sure to stay until the end of this video to see which of these mistakes you are making. Who knows, this may help you understand your spending patterns better. Coming in at number 1, unplanned buying. Let's say you just got your first salary of this year. Feeling joyful, the sudden urge to buy the unnecessary things kick in. Without planning, you see yourself buying a bunch of stationery, accessories, and appliances all to your heart's content. Now, look at your bank account flashed you with sudden regrets and the temporary happiness of the impulsive purchase that has been replaced with dullness. Has that ever happened to you? Impulsive buying is a dangerous behavior that is not only a threat to your financial security, but may also lead to a lot of waste. The market these days gives us an illusion that it's essential for you to buy those things for the sake of your mental health or for the sake of an easier lifestyle. You need to know what your needs and your wants are. You must learn to prioritize them and save up for them in order to fit your budget. This way, you may practice self-regulation and put your money to better use. Otherwise, it will be an endless cycle of purchasing things that you may not even use and falling into the pit of regrets. Number 2, health. Yes, you heard that right, health. The thing is, a lot of people right now are deprived of getting checkups and consultations because of fear. Poor people often fear to be diagnosed knowing that they will be recommended laboratory examinations and medicines which are quite heavy. Most people think that if they leave their illness and unwell feelings as they are, they will all go away. However, that is not the case. The more you ignore your condition, the worse it gets, and it could overall affect your well-being, which means that there will be more medications and hospitalizations for you. Plus, it will be a greater threat to your life. These all lead to greater expenses, especially with all the maintenance and admissions. Unless you'd rather have death waiting for you, which still leads to expenses to your funeral. So, the earlier you try to get diagnosed for what you're feeling, the less expenses you will need. Number 3, constantly purchasing new model of gadgets. Although it isn't a crime to keep updating with a newly released technology and wanting to experience how to use one, it's not really a smart choice if you have such a limited budget. As someone who is still in the process of building their wealth or maybe even making just enough to be able to pay their bills, owning 3 cell phones or upgrading to a much larger television is not really a necessity. You can try allotting the money for more important things like the things you need to repair at home or buying your essentials. All you have to do is take care of what you have now and utilize it as much as you can until you are able to afford things without having to worry so much about your remaining budget. Number 4, gambling. Well, it might be fun and exciting for some, but losing money over bets and slot machines ain't such an ideal lifestyle. Losing a huge amount of your money over addiction for slot machines and casinos will be your huge downfall. Analyzing the economic status of several countries, gambling has been one of the greatest causes of losing money as people's addiction gets to a certain point where they bet everything up to their last penny. Number 5, games and in-app purchases. While it is not wrong to have fun, spending much of your income and savings on games is a huge no. Of course, it is great to support the developers of the games and apps by buying, but if you don't really have the luxury, it's not really a good idea. Sometimes you may think, oh, I'm just going to spend $20 for this one, not much. And before you know it, you've already spent $20 every day for 20 days. You've just spent $400 on a game that can be deleted and closed anytime, that can already be used to buy all the necessary things you need at home or to invest in a small business. Also, gaming without self-regulation only leads to long hours of gaming every day, where time could have been used to look for jobs instead. Number 6. Credit cards. These cards may be somewhat helpful, but along with it is a heavy baggage that one must take responsibility for. Credit cards come with temptation to constantly spend, even on things that are not part of your priority and daily essentials. For less fortunate people, there will always be temptation to max out the card, especially when things get a little rough. Once this happens and you lose track of the expenses due to your addiction to buying using the cards, you will most likely be in debt for a very long time, which is quite hard to escape. You would end up working for your debt almost all your life and not for your daily needs anymore. Number 7. Food waste. Although it's not only the poor who are mindlessly wasting the food, it is the poor and middle class who are most likely affected when the foods are wasted. Considering you don't have much money and you are still a picky eater who can't just eat what's on the table, you will end up spending all your money on food, while the ones you use to buy spoils. According to research, about 25% of people waste vegetables, an estimated 20% for dairy products, and about 15% for meat. No one is forcing you to eat the things you don't want, but at least try to take full advantage of what you have and plan your daily meals efficiently. Number 8. Bailing at the club. Clubs are a fun place to meet people and expand your socials. The sounds of clinking glasses, loud music, and people expressing themselves freely is definitely a sight to see. However, it is not a place worth spending your time, especially when you have such a limited income. Yes, entering a club may make you feel rich and classy for a certain period of time, but it's not worth it to spend so much and end up feeling so helpless and lacking. Number 9. Smoking and vaping. Though it may be a stress reliever for some people, smoking and vaping is not really a decent option, especially when you're on a tight budget. Aside from the fact that you're wasting about $188 per month if you're a heavy smoker, you're also bringing risk to your mental health, which can increase your expenses if you end up being hospitalized. Addiction to smoking and vaping is very rampant. Although some may say that it's only in moderation, the addiction that comes with it can hit anyone. Before you know it, you're already spending a huge percentage of your salary to buy your cigarettes. Number 10. Advertise diet products. Diet products can be harmful, especially if you're not used to those. Your diarrhea could end up really bad and you may get hospitalized, which means there will be more expenses for you and it's not a healthy method. Other diet products will also convince you that you will lose half of your weight if you buy their products. But most often, it's all the placebo effect and it's not really effective at all. People end up being convinced due to the people advertising when in fact, most of these people undergo intense training and workout. You're wasting hundreds of dollars for a product that's not really well formulated and does not even give you the results that you should have. So, the solution for this? Accept your weight and start working out. There's no shortcut to a successful result. What do you think? Are you guilty of any of the bad habits mentioned above? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to click the subscribe button and make sure to tune in for more videos like this. Again, this is Independent Luxury, where we give you a peek of the luxurious life you wish to live. See you next time!